Are you going to Ren Faire but not really sure what to wear? I got you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Tia and I make fantasy content and thrifted Ren Faire content. One of the things that I pride myself on is making Ren Faire outfits that are cost efficient and still look awesome. I've been making thrifted Ren Faire content for about 2 years now, but before I even did that, I still got my garb at thrift stores, places like Earthbound, in the clearance section. Basically, I don't like spending a lot of money on things when I can just use something that's secondhand or do it myself. So today I'm going to show you a few options that you can do to put together a really nice Ren Faire outfit without breaking the bank. So I'm going to give you inspiration for a few different outfits, but I'm also going to tell you my staples when it comes to going to Ren Faire. One of my very favorite staples is a good base dress or a chemise. These are going to be important because this is the foundation for the outfit that you're going to put together. So I have a few different options here. I have this one that's got a little bit more of the like flowy sleeve going on. I have this one if you want a little bit more of a colorful look for maybe like a fairy or something like that. I have this one in case you wanted to have a shorter dress if you don't want all of the longer layers. And then this is one of my very favorite, just very simple white dress. So for the purpose of this video and for an example, I'm going to be using this just as the basic layer. The next staple that you're going to want to have is a good corset or bodice. You can also even just use a corset belt. It doesn't have to be a fancy corset. I have found several corsets at the thrift store before. You find them in the pajamas / lingerie area is where you normally find them, but you can also find them occasionally in the tank tops. So those are the two places that I would check. This one is by Maresca. I actually got this at the Ren Faire, so this is one of the pieces that I splurged on for myself. I usually like to wear my thrifted ones, but this is also my like go-to. There are certain things that I do prefer to get at the thrift store and certain things that I will spend a little extra money on to get a really good one. This is one of my favorites. I definitely recommend if you go to Ren Faire and you have a Maresca shop, definitely get one of their bodices. From here, I normally like to add on layers of skirts. Usually one, but sometimes two if I have a good if I have like a longer one and then a shorter one that have like kind of the same colors. So for this specific look that I'm doing, I like to layer this green skirt and then this little apron that I thrifted. Now another staple is a good belt. And when I say belt, that comes with a lot of other things too, because the avid Ren Faire goer knows that the belt is one of the most important parts of your outfit, because this is normally going to be interchangeable with your outfits, at least if you have like 2 or 3 different belts that like go with different outfits, but you're still gonna have your staple belt that's gonna have all your stuff on it. So I have things like my pouch, which carries my money and my phone and all of that important stuff. I have my fan holder, which does not have my fan in it right now because I took it out for a video the other day, but yeah. Fan holder, important on hot days. Things like bottles. However, you do have to be careful when carrying empty bottles because they can act as a yeah, I caught myself on fire one time using this, so you have to be careful about that. Today at Fair, my outfit caught on fire. So now, it burned a hole in my skirt. So yeah, I mean, I guess that means that my outfit today was on fire. I'm gonna go now. Yeah. That also brings me to my next staple piece, and that is a mug. Let me actually get it off of the belt. So your mug is also a very important staple piece of your outfit. A lot of people that go every single weekend to Ren Faire know that this is a very important part of it because this is what you're going to be drinking out of, whether that is an alcoholic beverage or just water. But it's fun and immersive to have a nice little mug. And now this one is a pewter mug, so I have found some of these at thrift stores. If you do end up getting a pewter mug from a thrift store, I recommend going and getting it lead tested. You can get those test strips at Home Depot and on Amazon, and just make sure that it's good and it's not gonna poison you. And then this is also where a lot of us keep our trinkets, which is very fun. So if you do trinket trading at Ren Faire and you get a little trinket that can hang from something, then you can put it on your mug for everyone to see, and it also makes it jingly, so when you're walking around it jingles a little bit. I personally love having a jingly outfit. Some of my friends get annoyed from how many bells I have on me, but I don't really care because it's Ren Faire and you're supposed to be jingly. If your outfit doesn't jingle, change that. And now the last staple piece that I'm going to talk about is a good pair of boots. So obviously you can wear whatever kind of shoes you want to Ren Faire, but I like to keep it as period accurate as possible. I am not one for historical accuracy. That is not and never will be my goal. I lean more towards fantasy, and I talk about that a lot on this channel. But I do kind of try to keep it as period accurate as I can. These are my go-to boots. I thrifted them. I had some boots before this that I thrifted, but they fell apart, which is why I emphasized a good pair of boots, because they're going to be getting a lot of wear and tear at the Ren Faire. You're going to be walking around a lot. It's going to be muddy. Sometimes it'll be raining. They're going to get wet. So you need a good pair of boots. Now, is this a good pair of boots? Not necessarily. This is a decent pair of boots. They don't hurt my feet. They look nice. They will do fine until they fall apart. But if you are looking to get a good pair of boots, I recommend Son of Sandlar. They can be found at several Ren Fairs in Texas. I'm not exactly sure where else they are. I will go and do my research while I'm editing and let you know on the screen. But they are expensive, but have been told that they last a long time and they're very durable. I've had tons of people tell me that they bought their first pair of Sandlars when they were teenagers and they are now adults and they still are perfectly fine. So one of these days I will save up to get one, get myself a pair, but not now because they are kind of expensive. But if you are a person that goes to Ren Faire frequently like I do, I think it is definitely I know that it is definitely worth it to make that investment. Okay, now to complete this outfit, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my belt. And for anyone wondering where I got this belt, it was actually handmade by my friend Tyler, who is also a photographer at a lot of the Texas Ren Fairs and did a lot of my pictures that are on Instagram right now. So yeah, you should go check out his work because he's amazing. Okay, now I normally have a certain order to the things on my belt. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I mean, no, I think that makes sense because you want things to be in the same place that you're used to them being. Like if I go to reach for my money, I want it to be in the same place. Right now they are not in the order that I like them to be in, which bothers me, but I'm not going to fix it right now because it's just for visual purposes, not actually Ren Faire. But normally I would have my pouch on this side and I would have my mug easily accessible over here, my trinket bag over here, which I don't exactly know where that is right now, but and then I would have my fan and my potion in the back because that's not something that I need immediately and I can just like reach around and like grab it, so it's like fine. But I do have a little clip for my mug so that can go back there easily and I don't have to carry it, which is amazing and lovely. Okay, what am I missing for this? Okay, Another important staple is also a skirt hike so that you can take your skirt and hike it up. I don't have mine with me right now, but your skirt hike, it would look like this and it would go onto your belt and then you would grab a part of your skirt. People have different preferences on what part of the skirt to grab. I like to grab right in the middle, tuck it up. I'm going to tuck it into my belt right now because I don't have a skirt hike. You can also use a safety pin. And then it has a nice little, and then you can see a little slit in the dress, which is cute. And then I'm gonna cover it up with the apron, which is fine. But for this outfit, this is what I like to call my tavern wench outfit. So I like to have my little bandana and I put it on my head. And And then from here you can add things like elf ears and accessories and things like that. However, I can't seem to find my necklaces right now. Oh, there they are. So these are my go-to Ren Faire necklaces. This one is from Scarborough and it's my little dragon. This one was from Castle of Muskogee Ren Faire, and it's a little fairy potion. And this one is from Scarborough when I was a child and I made this little sand potion thingy. So these are my like go-to necklaces for Ren Faire. I think that's everything. Yeah, so this is like my favorite like go-to, like if I don't know what to wear and I'm just like, okay, this is like a staple piece because I feel really good in this and I really like it. So now I'm going to show you the basics for a more masculine outfit. So for a more masculine look, if you are wanting to do pants instead, this is a good base layer. These pants are my favorite go-tos. You can find them on Amazon. I'm not a huge fan of Amazon, but these pants are kind of hard to thrift, I've noticed. You can find things that are similar if you go and get like joggers or something. That's like one of my favorite go-tos for this. But if you can't find anything like that, they are linked in my bio on my Amazon recommendations list. If you go and click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my link tree, and there is a section under shopping that is my Amazon recommendation list. These pants are on there if you wanted a quick and easy thing to wear. A lot of times with masculine looks, I like to add vests. A lot of people end up saying that it makes it look like Shrek, but I don't care because Shrek looks awesome. This is the one that I normally use for my armor. I thrifted this. It's just a little cardigan vest thingy, and you can put that over this, and you can also like make this really easily out of like a dress. If you wanted to go and just like cut a dress down the middle and like sew it up or something like that, you can do that. Again, a lot of the same staple pieces apply aside from the chemise and the corset. Everything else is pretty much the same, but I would say for men's essentials, I would replace those two with probably a vest and the long flowy pants as a staple. And I really like the V-neck lace-up tops. I talk about those a lot on this channel. You can also put I don't want to put on my big belt because it's just bulky and I don't want to, so just imagine I have all my stuff on it. But this belt is also kind of weak for that. It's not that strong. It'll fall apart. But anyways, you can either put the belt under the vest or over the vest. It's really just up to preference and what look you're going for and stuff. Another fun thing to add to a masculine outfit is hoods. I really like adding hoods to any look. This is another one that I thrifted, but you can also make them pretty easily. I made a pattern. If you just go and take a jacket or a cardigan that has a hood, whatever hood shape you want, go and get something with that hood and just literally trace it out on a piece of paper and just make a hood out of it. It's really very easy. So this one is not the best, but I really like it. It's tight and it's like this. And voila. Just a little simple little outfit, and then again I would wear the same things with it. Same boots, same necklaces, same belt. So this is an option for if you don't want to wear a skirt or a dress to Ren Faire. And then you could also add like gloves. I also have my leather arm bracers that I bought at the fair. So those are my tips for the 5 staple pieces that I think everyone should have at Ren Faire. Now remember, this is just my opinion and in my experience. If you have different staple pieces, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear yours. This is just my own personal experience and personal opinion as to staple pieces that everyone should have in their closet if you go to Ren Faire often, because they can be interchanged from outfit to outfit and used to make all kinds of different looks. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your staple pieces are. I would love to hear them. And thank you for watching my video. Please go and follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you haven't already. I post over there daily, and subscribe to this channel. And also let me know in the comments what kind of videos you guys would like to see in the future. I do a lot of Ren Faire vlogs. I do a lot of DIY stuff for Ren Faire, and I try to do thrifting vlogs when I can. Let me know which of those you'd like to see more, or if there's something completely new and different that you'd like to see, because I really value y'all's opinion and what you want to see on this channel, and I want to do my best to make that happen. So let me know. And I will see you in my next video. Huzzah and well met.